I make a motion to open the public hearing on the municipal budget.
Second,
Ms. DeNoble?
yes.
Ms. Greenblatt?
Yes.
Mr. Nowicki?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Gubitosi?
Yes. Are there questions or comments, ladies and gentlemen, about the budget that has been introduced? Okay, seeing no questions, I'll make a motion.
Oh, there's a question.
Yeah.
Oh, there is, oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Fehrenbach.
Good evening, I'm Mayor and members of council.
Can you just
My
state your
is
name and
Gregory
address,
Fehrenbach,
please?
Or zero
Okay.
eight
Okay.
Bradley Boulevard, Bradley Beach.
Great. Thank you.
I tend to have done that on myself in the past. As you know, I'm a licensed certified municipal finance officer and have prepared many local and county budgets in New Jersey, including later versions of the 2023 borough budget and assisted in the development of the 2024 borough budget. Mayor Gubitosi knows that I have offered advice and assistance to this administration, as I had in the past administration. I am deeply concerned about the fiscal integrity of this municipality, as I have been for all the local governments I have served over the past. I come to speak publicly as a last resort. First, this governing body's 2025 budget has been developed based on the professional approach by the former Mayor Fowles, who willingly agreed to a reduction of $400,000 in anticipated surplus in the 2024 budget from that anticipated in 2023. Had he done what many politically oriented mayors do, he would have used it up in 2024 and let his successors try to figure out the next year for themselves. After seeing how you are using surplus in this budget, all of you should be thanking him for his frugal use of surplus in 24. However, given the budget surplus strum and drang of the past 2 years, of which the current mayor was an active participant, I was expecting a more responsible and conservative use of surplus in this 2025 budget. I would be very interested in reviewing this administration's surplus rebuilding analysis that should have been performed. But not being privy to review it, suffice it to say that without an understanding of how surplus will be rebuilt in 2025, I suspect at this point that too much is being used to prop up the expenditure side of this budget, which has increased about $750,000. Speaking of the expenditure side of this budget, it is almost totally driven by salary increase. As my requests of the 7th of March and the 21st of April have not received affirmative responses from the current administration, I can only surmise that no cost out of the UFCW contract was performed prior to making a borough offer to the union that closely mirrored the demands of the union. As of today, I have still not been provided the PERC required cost out calculations after waiting 3 months. These union demands, to which I refer, significantly outpace the going trend of regional labor settlements. I can only go by indicators that I was able to find studying the UFCW contract and comparing 2024 costs with 2025 appropriations for administration and finance services. These two items alone being about $120,000 of the 2024 additional costs alone. Based on regional non-police settlements, the cost of the UFCW contract should have risen no more than 6.5% to 7% for the years 2023 and 2024 in total. However, at this time, it appears the costs have gone up much more than that. From limited data I have been able to obtain, at least one salary increase rose as high as 25% over these 2 years. overall salary increases for 23 and 24 together approach or might even exceed 15%. Note that more than sufficient funds were encumbered in the 2023 and appropriated in the 2024 budgets for settlement in the range of regional non-police settlements for both UFCW and non-union employees. But there was not enough set aside for these levels of increases. How does this administration plan on paying the bill? I suspect that this will be coming from the 2024 reserves, which will then have an added negative impact on surplus available in the future. Lastly, my 13 January 2025 email to the mayor warned him of the lack of certification of funds for many resolutions adopted by this governing body on the 1st and 7th of January 2025, which appear to have been effectively ignored. The identified problem reached its pinnacle when the administrative staff allowed the governing body to adopt a resolution authorizing a contract for $380,000 to demolish the church structures without having any funds appropriated to pay for the contract, because no one sought or obtained a certification of funds required by NJAC 5:30-5.4 for that purpose, even though resolution number 2025-150 referenced there being an extant certification of funds. Oh, and by the way, there is no capital improvement program in the introduced budget as required by both statute and administrative regulation. This is not how an administrator, a mayor, or a governing body responsibly manages the negotiations or a budget process. Thank you for your time.